Hi, and welcome back to You Handled That Perfectly. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Carly.
We're lifelong best friends, moms, and entrepreneurs here to talk about the messy, beautiful, and sometimes chaotic journey that's balancing business, motherhood, and life.
Let's get into it.
In today's episode, we're participating in a fun event called Podcasthon. And essentially, it's to raise awareness for charities all around the world. We, as we've mentioned, are a kindness certified company, which we'll go into a little bit more in this episode. But we were certified through an organization called Kids for Peace. So naturally, that is the charity we are choosing to raise money for.
We loved Kids for Peace for a lot of different reasons, but the main reason is that they are spreading kindness in schools. So,
Yes.
what better organization for us to back than one that is all about kindness, all about love, and is teaching our kids to lead that way too?
Yeah, it felt very aligned for us. My word of the year.
It did.
But it did. It felt very aligned for us. Obviously, we talk about our kids all the time. So why not practice what we preach and model kindness for them?
And you might know about this company without actually knowing about them. So, this organization goes into schools and they do the Great Kindness Challenge and they have Kindness Week. And your kids probably participated at the end of January, potentially in Kindness Week. I know that's when it was for our schools. And so without even knowing about it, you probably do know a little something about it.
And if not, ask your kids.
Yeah, maybe they did it without telling you.
Yeah, it was really fun. I know that my kids had a bingo card and, they made it fun for them. They got rewards if they checked off a certain number of kindness tasks and they signed a pledge. Every day at recess, they had a different kind of like task of the day. So the first day they signed a pledge, the second day they made a chain. It was really fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
They did at my kids' school, they colored a bunch of pictures and then at a local Starbucks on Friday, they passed out the pictures to the patrons with their coffees. So like
I
everybody
love
got like a little
that.
thing and they were so cute. So I went and got one like hoping to get my daughter's and it wasn't hers, but it was the cutest thing. Like they had colored this these two hands holding a Starbucks cup with like a heart on the top and on the back it said you're doing great.
Oh,
I was like, "Thank you."
you're like, thanks. I'm handling that perfectly.
Just what I needed to hear. And so and then there was a whole stack of them, so I started looking through the stack while they were making my coffee. And they were the sweetest things. Like one of them said, "I like your outfit. You're awesome. Like, you're special." But all the words were spelled wrong.
Oh,
It was so cute. And so it's just a giant stack and it was so nice to see and such a great thing and way to reach the community and
yeah.
people who maybe don't know about it. I thought that was really a smart way to go about it too. And fun for the kids because my daughter said she got to color two of them. She
Yeah.
was really excited. She was hopeful that I would get hers.
Aw.
But someone did. It
That's
probably made someone's day.
Yeah, that's really sweet. I love that.
Yeah, so it
Oh.
was fun and encouraged I don't know, encourage the kids a bit, knowing that they're making a difference. And then they also did like a rock painting
I
thing
love
where they
that.
put the rocks around the school. And we had signed up to go that night and it was just didn't work out. It was too crazy of a time. And I feel a little bad that we didn't go because I despise signing up for things and then not doing it.
Happens to the best of
It's a
us.
huge pet peeve of mine. Like if you say you're going to do something, you do it. And then I didn't do it, but I just couldn't work it out in my head that day. We did it last year, and my daughter loves seeing her rocks around the school, so that's part of what makes it really fun too.
That's so neat. Yeah, I like being able to pick out their artwork too, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Rocks are going to be there for a long time.
that they are.
So for you North County, San Diego locals, they have a Kindness Matters sign on the 5 freeway I guess right past Palomar Airport Road or right past Cannon Road as you're going north.
Yeah, it's right by the strawberry fields.
And there's a really special story behind that, and they had different schools make each letter. So just really special.
Yeah, and then they put it up, and the director that we were talking to said that she loves hearing the stories about the kids that are driving by, and they're like, "I painted that. That's
Mhm.
my letter," and they just take ownership over it, and it helps spread kindness.
It's kind of funny too. I remember always looking at that because shockingly, we see that on our Legoland drive.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that before we were a kindness certified company, and it always made my day.
Yeah,
And now knowing that we're a part of that organization just makes it all the more special.
it does. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's take a step back and talk about what Podcastathon is,
Yeah.
because you mentioned it briefly, but I think there's over 2,200 podcasts that are involved in this.
Wow.
I know.
I want to say I just checked again this morning and it said something like 2,500 were signed up at this point too.
Oh, wow, so even more.
Yeah.
And they're all doing it this week that you guys are listening, and all of them are representing different charities.
Can you imagine? I mean, even if there's some overlap, 2,000 plus charities getting recognition.
Exposure, hopefully
Exactly.
donations.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's a great cause, and when we saw the email asking us to participate, it was just a no-brainer.
Hmm.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna do that, and here's our and we had just become kindness certified when we got the email too,
Yeah.
and we said, "This is perfect. We can, teach people about what it means to be kindness certified, Kids for Peace, and do this with all of these other amazing people who are also promoting charities. Why wouldn't we participate?"
Yeah. It'll be really fun to see all the social media posts from everyone participating and be able to, cross promote charities. I'm just super excited about that too.
Yeah, and learn about new charities
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
which I always love hearing about what different people are doing.
And charities that you can become a part of in ways like this, where we're kind of certified. We're supporting this organization, getting exposure to the name and the cause. I'm sure there's others out there where you can become certified and start spreading the word.
Yeah, I'm
Love it.
sure. Or find other ways to get involved
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So do you wanna talk about why we chose this particular charity?
Yeah.
I mean, we've mentioned that we're kinda certified,
Yeah.
but maybe talk a little bit more about what that means.
Yeah. And why we did it. I mean, I think for us, that is how we try to live our lives. And we teach that to our kids, like we said, but it's not just a badge to us. It's really something near and dear to our hearts. So when we say we're kindness certified, it means that we are intentionally building kindness into how we work and into how we interact with others, how we speak to ourselves. I think that is one of the biggest things for us. Like we talk about mindset, and I kind of feel like kindness is really key in that. Like you need to be kind to yourself. We talk about giving yourself grace. I was just having a conversation with my daughter last night where someone wasn't being kind to her. And it was interesting just listening and hearing her kind of talk through her mindset and how hard it was for her to not be talked to kindly, but also to hear her say, I imagine she's going through a hard time. And so she was going to continue being kind.
Good for her.
Yeah. And I think that's huge. I think that that's how we show up with our families. And that's how we try to show up in our communities. Again, whether that's our work events that we're at, networking luncheons.
It's how you handled that perfectly was built.
Yes.
It was built on the foundation of support and love and encouragement and kindness. And I remember being at one of the networking events and hearing about Kindness Certified, and it was like I think I went home that night and sent an email
Yeah.
because I knew it was so in line with what we want to accomplish with this, with our message, with each other, with the community we're building. So it really is like a perfect alignment. And I love that story about your daughter because it shows something that so many people don't learn when they're 9.
Empathy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just taking the higher ground and not bringing yourself down to a level that's just gonna escalate the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like who learns that
I
so
know.
young?
I was,
It's
what,
so
35?
mature. I know. It's so mature of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. No, I agree. We always tell our kids 2 wrongs don't make a right. And of course, they're sick of hearing it. But I hope that that message gets through where it's like, it's the same thing. If someone is going through a hard time, try to acknowledge that, try to have empathy for it, and don't retaliate.
Yeah.
Fight those instincts, fight those survival instincts, I guess.
know.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
so
agree.
hard to not
It
be
is.
like, well, your face is stupid and I hate
Yeah.
you. You know, like,
I know.
and just, I don't know. That's amazing that she could do that.
I think so too. I'll tell her you said that.
Yeah, good for her.
I know.
But then we hear about it and we're like, I'll get that kid.
I know. That's what
Like, have you ever wanted to beat up a 9-year-old more?
That's what I was just telling you too. I'm like, took everything I had just to sit there and listen and just let her work through that on her own.
That mama bear comes out.
Ooh,
and
I know. Like the
Ooh.
claws, like covering
Yeah.
up my claws.
Yeah, you're like, I'm sorry, Wolverine just arrived. And I know. Well, it is hard, but I think that goes to show the growth that we've had too, that it's like, okay, we need to just be there and listen. And I know that when my daughter goes through things, she always asks, like, what would you do?
Yeah.
And I usually say I would give space
Mm-hmm.
because they're clearly going through something. Your presence isn't helping. I just step back, and she asked the other day, well, if I ignore or give space, what if she tells on me? And I said, well, then your response could be, I was told to give space when someone's mean to me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be around people who are mean to me, which is fair. And then that goes back on the other girl for being mean. And it's like, maybe she'll learn to be kind.
I love that. You use the phrase space, and immediately, even though it was slightly different than what you were talking about, I thought of holding space.
Yeah.
And I feel like giving space and holding space are key components of kindness. And I didn't really understand the phrase holding space until I was probably like 40.
Last year.
Yeah, like I never really understood it. But I'm realizing, actually kind of all three: giving space, taking
Yeah.
up space, and holding space. We talked about this in one of our previous episodes, that especially as women, we're basically trained not to take up space.
Yeah,
like
to shrink.
To shrink ourselves physically. I know for me, again, like being overweight for so many years, I always felt like I was trying to shrink myself to be in certain spaces.
And you're tall for
Yeah.
a woman too.
I am really tall.
So I would imagine. And I notice it with some of my cousins who are really tall too. Like one of my cousins kind of hunches down.
Yeah.
It's like, no, girl, take up that space.
Yeah. I love that. Just as a side note, I love that about a lot of our networking groups, is there are so many more tall women.
Yes.
And I love it. I'm like, hey,
okay,
let's
I'm
be
not the tallest one in the
friends.
room.
But yeah, taking up space physically, emotionally, giving space physically, emotionally, holding space physically, emotionally. Like, I just feel like it really is sort of a triad of kindness.
Yeah. Actually, while you were talking about that, I thought about in our last episode, I talked about my daughter having some friendship struggle,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked her, do you think you'll be friends with this girl again? And update, they're 8 and 9, so they're friends again this week. And it was like, she said yes, and that was her holding that space for her friend.
Oh.
Right? So she was like keeping that open so that there was a spot for that in the future too, which was really nice. It's just you don't think about that, and holding space for other people in your life to come and go as they need to is also a very mature thing to do.
And knowing the difference between someone that deserves that space to come and go versus someone who's taking advantage of you, who doesn't treat you kindly. Just like we tell our daughters, you can be friends with someone and not play with them all the time.
Yes, or you can be friendly but not be friends.
Yes. And you can be friends with someone else, and that doesn't mean you're not friends with multiple people. Like, I think they all really have a hard time with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to have multiple friend groups.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I did for a long time in my life. Like I didn't have that, like, this is the one friend group I'm going to stick with. It was kind of like I bounced between friend groups a lot.
Yeah, same with me until
high school when we found each other.
It's so true. Until we started hanging out all the time in high school. But I even feel like with us, that's how we've been. We have always had each other as the constant, which our daughters will always have. It's just hard physically since they don't have it at school together right
I
now.
know.
But we will always have each other as that constant. And you're always like pulling me into social events, and I'm always pulling you into social events. And we have our different crews of, girls, but it doesn't change us. And I don't know, it's just nice having that constant, but also I think it says a lot about our friendship that we can have that constant while we have other experiences in life.
Yeah, peripherals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree, and I think it's great to have that if you do, and then if you are bouncing between different friend groups, I think that's great too. I mean, we talked about in our last episode how you need 7
Yeah.
characteristics to fulfill, right? It's like you might find that in different groups, and that's okay. But I think that being who you're being, the biggest compliment you can get is that you're the same around everyone.
Yeah.
I remember my mom saying that about one of my brother's friends. He is Nick no matter who he's with and what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's such a big compliment
That's so true.
because it's like there's no fakeness. There's like you get what you get and you're true to yourself. And I think that's a hard place to be too, because sometimes you want to show off or step up or do things. And I think finding the right people will not make you feel like you have to do any of those things. Like as a woman, you don't have to dumb yourself down for the right guy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to shrink
Yeah.
in the room. If you're in the right room, you're not shrinking.
Yeah. That's
You're
so true.
You're growing. You're taking up that space and it's okay. So there's
Yeah.
different things and different places where you can be, but if you're feeling like you're not being true to yourself, you're probably not in the right spot.
That is so true. And I think that for us is such a big part of kindness and spreading that kindness through our communities, showing people in our community that you can show up as who you are and always be accepted as long
Yeah.
as you're kind.
Yeah. Just be nice back. I mean, it's practiced, it's not like a
Yes.
personality trait. It's like you're practicing kindness when you go places and when you do things. And when you interact with different difficult people and how you interact
Oh,
with people.
true.
There was something a long time ago when I was dating that was like, watch how they treat the wait staff, watch how they treat other people that you're interacting with, because that's how they're going to treat you.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how they're going to treat people around you.
Yep.
And if they're unkind, you don't want that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You want someone who treats everyone the same, no matter what their status is in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be kind, people.
Yeah. Just be kind. Well, and I think too, that's, when we were talking about empathy earlier, it's about choosing empathy over perfection. It's about choosing empathy over being right. It's about not taking up space, not standing up for what you believe in, but having empathy that others might not have the support system you have insert whatever here.
Yeah. If you think about the end of the Bad Bunny halftime show.
I didn't watch it.
Okay,
We were
well, me
somewhere
neither.
else.
My husband watched it in the car, and
Okay.
I was glancing over, like, wait, is somebody getting married? Wait, is that Lady Gaga?
Yes.
What is happening? What is happening? But at the very, very end, and I'm sure everyone has seen the pictures because it's all over, but the giant billboard said, the only thing greater than hate is love.
Oh, I didn't see that, but I love that.
Yeah, and it's, it was such a powerful message. The football he was carrying said, "Together we are America." He said, "God bless America." And then he listed every country from South America to Canada
Wow.
and was like, "Together we're America." Like, let's remember that, like, even though we call our United States of America, America, there's South America,
Mhm.
Central America, North America. There's all these other places that are also America.
Yeah.
And it was a really powerful message. And whether or not you enjoyed the show or speak Spanish or whatever,
Yeah.
the message of the only thing greater than hate is love is what you should carry with you.
So powerful. And if that can be the one thing you take away from that, then that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true. The only way to beat out hate is by love. The only way to beat out fear and all of it is through empathy, kindness, love.
Mhm.
And that's how we're going to get through these times.
That's how we're going to get through 2026.
That's how we're going to get through our whole lives.
Yeah.
It's the only way to make a better tomorrow is to model kindness and teach the next generation to be kind and accepting.
Oh, so true.
Thank you. I feel really validated in this episode.
Well, kindness is free, as our shirts say.
Sprinkle it everywhere.
So just to go a little bit more in depth about what Kids for Peace is, it's a global nonprofit focused on youth leadership, compassion, and peace building.
Woo.
I love that word, peace building.
Yeah. Because it's not something that you build and walk away from.
Oh, that's so true.
It's something that you're constantly building.
Yeah. And I think that's hard for people to realize. Like, kindness is not a one-time action.
Right.
It's almost like a state of being.
Great, you held the door for somebody.
Yeah.
Let me bake you a cookie and and now you're done.
Yay.
You did it. You're
So
kind.
So Kids for Peace empowers kids to be upstanders and not bystanders. So again, actively being kind. I think that's huge.
Yeah, I agree.
And it teaches them to be leaders in kindness, inclusion, and empathy. All the things that we've been talking about.
Do you see why this aligns so nicely?
I know. And I just love that. Upstanders, I've never really heard that word used before.
No, I haven't either.
But when you think about being leaders and not bystanders, I love that. Because you can be kind, but not willing to go against the grain for kindness, which is totally understandable, especially in these younger kids that...
Yeah, you don't want to become a target.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the fact that as a whole, these schools are being taught, hey, we need to represent this. I think that's an amazing thing for them to learn at such a young age.
I agree. And I love that they're going into these elementary schools and starting at such a young age, teaching them this is how you respond to things. And yeah, I think that right now there is sort of, at least with my daughter, a balance of you want to stick up for yourself, but you also want to be nice.
Yeah. And you want to fit in.
And you want to fit in.
Yeah.
You don't want to ruffle feathers or, upset anybody. And it's a hard thing. And she's been having, anxiety over it, which is fair. Me too.
Yeah.
I used to get really bad anxiety over that.
Right? Like 35 years of it for us.
So many years of social anxiety.
Yeah.
And not recognizing that that's what it was.
Yeah.
But now I can recognize that that's what it is. And I tell her, you need to be strong and stand up for yourself and stand up for others. But there's a way to do it where you're not screaming and yelling at somebody or getting in trouble with somebody or, whatever it is.
Not overstepping or like butting into situations that then just kind of make it worse. It's like a fine line. There's a dance to teach the kids.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
And there's some social things. So with the giving of space, you have to act like it doesn't bother you. And the way to think about it is that you're giving space to them for them.
Mm-hmm.
They need it. And so just tell yourself, this is for the best. This is in the best interest. I'm going to pretend like I'm fine and dandy. And that's a really hard thing to do sometimes too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you said it earlier and it's what we tell our kids, but you can be friendly without being friends with someone. And I think their little emotions are so overwhelmed, again, by all these like fine lines of distinction. And so it's just...
Same, girl.
Yeah, it's just one more thing that's going to come with age.
Yeah. Or not.
Yeah.
For some people, unfortunately.
Yeah. As we see in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. So better that it does come with age for your children.
Right.
So what Kids for Peace does is they go into schools and they have different programs that they run. They teach conflict resolution, which is a huge part of what we just talked about.
Yeah.
And emotional awareness, which I don't think I had until last year. And then, I mean, we learned this so much later.
Mm-hmm.
My emotional awareness was that I would just keep it all in. Right? So if there was any sort of conflict with anybody, I would just shut down, be silent, sleep on it, and then the next day be like, okay, I've gathered my thoughts and now I can talk to this person.
Interesting.
Which is what I did, I don't know, my whole life.
Yeah.
And anytime there was a conflict, it was like, okay, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to shut down, which is in a way giving the person space, but it's also not me standing up for myself.
Yeah, you're not expressing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shrinking
Mhm.
to be like, oh, this is not, I do not like the way this is going. I'm
Yeah.
going to turn everything off.
Power down.
Yes. Let me power down right now. And that's what I always did. Power down or power down, let it fester, explode,
Yeah.
which is, what I did a lot in childhood. Power down, let it fester, explode. And that's no way to do it. Inclusion and belonging, which is a great one too. When I was working at Chuao, I had a designer that I worked with there, and we did Strengths Finder, and all of hers were about including others. All of her
Aw.
strengths were about how she interacts with other people.
That's management material right there.
I know. And it was all about inclusion and empathy, and she had all these great strengths that were all in that bucket.
Mhm.
And I remember being jealous
Aw.
a little of it, like, man, she's really got it. But then I thought about it and was like, well, no wonder we work so well together
Yeah.
because, I mean, she was fabulous to work with.
Can you imagine if there was, like, 2 of her working together, though? That, like, they'd be so nice,
Yeah.
but you need
But
that.
you need that achiever,
Yeah, there you
the
go.
strategy and achiever. So it was like I had this other business side and she had this empathy side. And
Yeah. Great combo.
yeah, I mean, it was so much fun.
Oh, that's
I
neat.
know.
Well, and I was just thinking too, when we're talking about schools, we didn't have social emotional learning. I remember when the kids went to school seeing the SEL lessons and not even knowing what it stood for.
Yeah.
And now realizing, like, oh, social emotional learning, and the fact that our newsletter every Friday from the kids' school had a technique on calming down or just things that we now know kids should learn. And places like Kids for Peace are bringing that to schools and really teaching it at a young age.
Yes. It's so necessary.
Yeah, I think that we are realizing now that especially high schoolers need to be taught a lot more real life skills before they're kind of pushed out of the nest.
Yes.
Because it's like, yeah, AP Bio is great, like AP English is great, but
Is it?
yeah, like, are those didn't help me in real life.
Guess what, teacher? I do carry a calculator in my pocket.
I just saw something yesterday where this woman said, my husband was looking through my phone and found my most shameful secret. No, it wasn't texts or pictures. And then she shows it, and it was her calculator app, and it said 15 minus 7 equals 8. I was like, okay.
Some people are, math is hard. Some people are good at math and some people aren't.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Just get yourself a best friend who likes math.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
And a husband who likes math.
Right? Oh my gosh, so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for him.
Even though sometimes he'll say things and I'm like, I don't think that's right.
He's like, don't think about it too hard.
I go, don't you do math for a living? He's like, I'm more in management now.
It's more creative math.
Yeah, it's creative math. That's very true. But anyways, I love that about the schools and what they're doing and how this organization is building a better future.
Agreed.
And it, includes the student-led initiatives so that they can handle problems themselves without approaching adults, which is really good too. And sometimes, they have to, but try to work it out yourselves. That's what we try to do with our kids too.
Mhm.
Like, you try to work it out. If this gets really bad, then I can step in, but you work it out or tell an adult.
And I think even learning when is the right time to include an adult is a skill in itself.
Yes, absolutely. When do you go to the boss?
Yeah.
When do you go to the teacher? When do you seek counseling?
Yeah, because I think that's something that in the workplace, we kind of know, okay, I don't want to necessarily include my boss until I've tried to problem solve a little bit and I have some proposed solutions or I've made some progress. But again, there is a fine line. Like, this is It's not a science, it's not math, it's an art of
Yeah.
learning these things, and teaching it young is so much better.
So much better. And then they also help kids feel seen, heard, and capable of making change.
Oh, I love that.
I think it's important that they feel like they can do it.
Yes. Telling them their voice is important, showing them that their voice is important. The activity that you were talking about at your daughter's school where they made all of these things to hand out, that makes them feel important. They are important.
Yeah.
They're changing people's days, which changes lives.
Yeah. And I would think about this quote from The Simpsons where something happened and Homer goes, "Well, you tried and failed, so what's the lesson here?" And the kids were like, And he goes, "Never try."
Oh my gosh.
Which is all in good fun, but it's
Yeah.
not the lesson
No.
here.
But that's enough to make you remember that that's not the lesson.
Yeah.
There you go. I love that.
Never try.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we talked about what Kids for Pieces. We talked about how it's implemented. So let's talk about what it means for the school.
Yeah. Let's
do it.
I mean, we've touched on it a little bit, but I think it's important because it improves the school culture.
Yeah.
And the sense of belonging for all the students. And honestly, even the teachers.
I think it's important for the schools because, like with anything, everything is learned from the top down.
Yes.
And so if the administration, if the principal and vice principal and teachers and staff and everybody is demonstrating kindness at a school-wide level, then they're modeling kind behavior for the students to follow. And the most influential people at the school are the teachers.
Yeah.
And if they're modeling kindness, then the students who are learning not only English, math, and science are also going to be learning kindness, how to deal with difficult people, conflict resolution, and that they're capable of enacting change.
Yeah. I mean, I think about the fact that we had a principal at one of the schools that wasn't around a lot. And I think even presence is kindness.
Yeah.
Like showing people that they are worth you showing up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
huge.
my gosh.
I mean, that goes for anything. Time is our most valuable and precious commodity that when you're willing to give your time to somebody, I think that says a lot about who you are and where your priority is.
Yeah. I remember us talking in one of our episodes and you were saying, I think you were saying like one of the biggest compliments or signs of respect is when someone puts down their phone and is talking to you. And isn't it interesting? It's like, it's not someone bringing you flowers. It's not someone buying you something expensive. It's them giving you their attention, their time,
Holding
their
that
presence.
space for you.
Yeah.
When you feel like you have the space and attention of somebody else, there's nothing better. It's all that our kids want from us, right? Is
Yeah.
our full attention. And Tim and I joke about it a lot. Like what? Like they just want our complete attention and all of our love. But it's like,
How dare they?
but yeah, that is.
And
I mean,
it's so simple.
it seems
in
like it should
theory.
be.
Yeah.
It seems like it should be. And I notice it with, so many different aspects of my life. It's like with my dog, when he's being such a terror, I'm like, what? Why are you doing this? What do you want? All he wants is attention.
He wants your love and attention.
All my love and attention.
Yeah.
When, the kids are acting out, what do they want? Connection.
Mhm.
They're seeking connection. They're seeking that. Let me give you all of my love and attention. Even if it's for a short amount of time, it matters. What they're doing matters. And so I think that when the teachers are showing up and showing kindness and giving their time and space to the kids, it can make a really, really big difference.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. Also, what this means in schools that participate is that the students are learning how to handle big emotions, navigate differences, and lead with empathy. We've talked about empathy several times. I'm going to keep repeating these same things because this is what they're learning.
We were watching the Olympics and there was a segment on Layla Edwards, who is the first Black female hockey player in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And that was how they worded it. Here's Layla Edwards. She's the first Black female hockey player ever to be in the Olympics for the U.S. And my daughter said, "Why does that matter?" it matters to her
Yeah.
and it matters to the Black community and it matters for women and for women of color.
Mhm.
And so it was just funny. So I tried to explain it in that way, like, well, this is a really big deal because before this, maybe Black women couldn't get there, or we've had so many, and so then it kind of turned into a civil rights thing. And I was like, well, I don't want to get too far into this, but I said, how nice will it be when someday it doesn't?
Yeah. I don't like that that's the introduction. It is so important.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like world record. Like, let's make sure that's in the history books. But it's also, it feels like there's so much more to her than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But again, I can see why in the Olympics. And it is challenging to explain that to children
Yeah.
who don't have the knowledge we do about history. And
She probably had to face a lot of adversity to try
Yeah.
to get on those teams simply because of the color of her skin.
yeah.
And we don't know what that's like. We're so privileged in that we don't know what it feels like to be in those situations, but I couldn't even imagine. And so I think recognizing it now is important, but at the
Yes.
same time, it's 2026. Why aren't we further along?
Yeah.
Why isn't this just how it is? Why aren't there Black women hockey players in the Olympics?
And why is it still such a shock when female sports get more viewers than male sports? Like, why is this still newsworthy, I guess?
Right.
Yeah.
Go Team USA.
Go team.
I have that shirt that says, "Hooray sports, do the thing, win the points."
Oh my gosh. It should be like a fill in the blank of just like whatever sport you're at.
Accurately describes how I
Yeah.
feel.
Mine would be like, I'm just here for the snacks.
Yes. Me too. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So you were talking about the social emotional learning,
Mhm.
the SEL programs, and we have a little statistic about that. So I'm going to read it. It says students who participate in social emotional learning, SEL programs, show an average of an 11 percentile point gain in academic achievement compared to peers who don't.
So being kind really does make you smarter.
It does. I think it's important because if you think about when you're taking a test, you're in this high pressure situation. And if you know how to regulate, you'll do better on the test.
Yeah.
So it does make you smarter.
That's so true. All that stuff goes hand in hand.
Yeah. It's all connected. I know it sounds crazy, but like everything in our body's connected.
It's shocking. That's what I wanted to end with too, was just that there are such long-term ripple effects from this with teaching the kids young and bringing it to the schools and modeling it and just all of it. And I think especially in today's world, that matters so much. And I think we should talk a little bit about why that matters.
Yeah.
I mean, our kids are growing up in a world that feels so heavy and so loud. I know as a parent, I've seen this on social media a little bit, so it is being talked about and recognized, but we are expected to parent in a world that feels so heavy. It's like, okay, remember to pack their water bottles and snacks, and I've got to take them to soccer practice. And there are unthinkable things going on in other parts of our country or the world.
To children.
To children,
The
yeah.
same age as ours.
Yeah. And we're expected to just keep going.
Yeah.
At the same time, if our kids are old enough to understand, then we don't understand and we have to try to explain it to them. I think by teaching kids kindness early, we're teaching them that you're not being soft. You're not being a pushover. It's actually really strong to be kind.
Yeah. Well said.
Thank you.
Obviously, we're very proud to support this organization. We care deeply about the future for our children and for our children's children and all of it. And kindness is definitely at the core of that. So their mission aligns with ours. We felt like it was a perfect match. We hope that you guys learned a lot about Kids for Peace. If you're interested in becoming a kindness certified company, you can reach out to us and we can help you do that and get in touch with the right people. This organization supports kids where they're at. It supports companies where they're at and is there to provide encouragement and support just like we are.
It's not about where they should be. It's about just like you said, helping them where they're at. And that's so important.
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about how, as a listener, you can support these causes. So, first off, I just want to say that we'll put all this information in the show notes, in our blog post. DM us. We are happy to provide this information, but you can go to the website to learn more. You can donate, which is obviously ideal to help fund these programs to keep them going. And you can talk about kindness with your own kids, with your family.
Yeah, they're also having a gala in March if you want to attend, if you're in San Diego or want to come to San Diego. It's at a beautiful resort overlooking the ocean, and you can buy a seat or a table, and that is a great way to help. You can become kindness certified. If you're at a school or you're in a school district, your schools can become kindness certified as well. And that is another way to get this going in school systems and school programs.
Just imagine if everyone listening made one little effort to support, whether it's learning a little bit more and passing along that knowledge to kids, helping their school get kindness certified, attending the gala. I just can't imagine the ripple effect this will have.
Yeah,
It's really exciting.
I know. And that's the whole point of Kids for Peace and Kindness Certified.
Yeah.
Kelly and you handled that perfectly, along with Kids for Peace and Kindness Certified, are hoping to build a future that feels hopeful and not fearful.
Oh, I couldn't have said it better.
Thank you.
Yeah, so true. Before we wrap up, I just want to have one last reminder that kindness multiplies when it's shared.
Ooh.
I know. I love that. I think, again, that the ripple effect is just huge with something like kindness.
Yeah. It's like when you have one kid, you're like, okay, this workload is manageable. And then you have two and it's just exponentially more.
Yeah.
It's not double, it's exponential.
Yes.
And kindness is similar. You do one thing and it's good. Okay, great. But you do more and it just gets exponentially bigger.
It snowballs and you reach more people each time and they reach more people. And yeah. Just imagine. I am picturing now a world map, a map of the Americas, all this kind of stuff. And it just sort of like the kindness spidering out. And it's just such a neat thing to think about for our kids' future.
Yeah, I love that.
So kindness isn't passive, it's powerful. And we are trying to do our part as best as we can. And we hope we've inspired you to do that as well.
Yeah. And even if you just did one thing today, remember that you handled that one thing perfectly.
I love it.
All right, let's move on to some perfectly good advice. Naturally, this perfectly good advice came from somebody at Kindness Certified. Her name is Margie, and if you know Margie or have met Margie, talk about a perfect match for a company.
She is the epitome of kindness.
Seriously.
Kindness embodied.
Yes, she is. So positive and uplifting and
very genuine.
Yeah, someone you want to be around.
She's one of those people that's always connecting people, other people that she knows have a shared vision or something in common.
Yeah, she's really good about that. She's a wonderful human. And so I asked her to write our perfectly good advice this week, and very quickly and very kindly did. She is company director for Kids for Peace Global and Kindness Certified. And she says, I'm a retired teacher of 37 years and saw the need to bring kindness back into our schools and classrooms. 3 exclamation points. This is Margie. I implemented the Great Kindness Challenge and the Peace Pledge in my school, 2 signature programs of Kids for Peace, and saw the impact of empowering kids to uplift the school community with love and action. They created clever ways to implement each line of the Peace Pledge, shared their ideas with the principal, and provided activities on the playground to promote peace and kindness. They found their voice, developed their leadership skills, and saw the power they possess inside to create change in the world. Jill McManigal is the founder and executive director of Kids for Peace and created 5 free programs for schools to promote kindness. The signature program is the Great Kindness Challenge, which started with 3 schools in Carlsbad and is now in 43,000 schools and 135 countries.
I just got chills.
It's amazing.
Like, think about the ripple effect.
I know. Another signature program is the Peace Pledge, created by kids from around the world and is based on the principle of empowering kids to uplift the world through love and action. Every child is invited to implement each line of the Peace Pledge in their own way, discovering the leader within and their power to create change in the world. So, and we'll share the Peace Pledge. It's a really great pledge. I think we shared it before.
I think we did when we did a kindness post. It was part of a carousel that we did, but
yeah, we'll share it again.
Yeah.
It's a great pledge. So if you want to start implementing that within your household or with your friends or with yourself, we'll make sure that that is very accessible to you. Her 3 pieces of advice are: share the Peace Pledge with your kids and challenge them to find ways to uplift the family with creative ways to implement each line of the pledge. Have a conversation around the dinner table and ask everyone to share one kind act they did during the day.
oh, I love that.
Yeah, just what was something kind you did today? I'm going to do that.
We always do the peak of their day, but I love it being, because that's what I say. I'm like, make good choices and be kind today when I drop them off. It's like, hey, let's talk about all the kindness.
Yeah,
that we
so what did you
spread.
do?
Yeah.
And then compliment time, which I
Aw.
love this too. Show gratitude for what you appreciate about each other. The more we focus on the good in each other, the more good we see.
Aw.
I know. She's so wonderful.
I know.
Such great advice.
I love how they included kids in making that pledge. I just feel like that's key.
Yeah.
It's not about creating something and then teaching it to kids. It's about having kids think about it, create it, so that it's something that other kids can understand and implement.
It's what I loved about our girls' teacher last year too. One of the first things she did was have the kids create the rules for the classroom.
Oh yeah.
And it's like when you feel invested in it, then you're going to invest in it.
Yeah.
All right, well, should we move on to our regularly scheduled content?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Do you have a win for this week?
I was trying to think about what it was because there were a few things that happened. So I'll just share like a couple little things. One of the bigger wins is that we're going on a trip on Friday and we're already all packed.
I was shocked when you were telling me you were packing over the weekend. Not like because you wait to the last minute or anything. I was just envious of that preparedness.
Well, we're going somewhere where the climate is very different. So we're like, okay, we can
It's true.
put it all away and not think about it.
Yeah.
So that was good, except it gave me time to dwell on what I packed. Like, oh, is that right? Is that right? Am I sure? So last night I did kind of unpack and repack a few little things, but
That's funny.
I was like, I think I'm bringing too many pairs of jean shorts. Why does it matter? For some reason it did. And then the other one is that I had my first point class on Monday, and it's so hard.
But you did it.
But I did it.
You made it through your first point class. Like, can you imagine having said that a few years ago?
Never. It wasn't even on my radar to go on point. And I did it. And I feel like I did well. Like my teacher was like, really good job. Like, you know, my teacher's wonderful and very encouraging. And so, but I did it. I got on point and I did it multiple times. And next time I'm going to have her take a picture of just my feet so I can kind of see what I'm doing. But it was really inspiring for me. And it made me feel so good, and my body's never been more sore after a ballet class, but I'll take it. But I want to get the carpet out of my office. I have carpet in my office and put down floor and put in a bar.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Isn't that a good idea? Because I have nothing on that wall. Probably wouldn't do it on calls, but in between.
I mean, not a Zoom, but like maybe a call.
Yeah. If I need a break, I mean, I can get up and,
do it on a Zoom call though.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll Zoom call each other and I'll do it. So that was a really big win. And then last night my son had t-ball practice, his first one of the season. And there are a couple kids he knew on the team already and then a couple that he was meeting. But I watched him go around and introduce himself to everybody. And then introduce the people he knew already to the new people he had just met with their names and everything.
There are adults that don't know that skill.
I know. He came over and was like, oh, friend, come over here. This is so-and-so. And we're all on the same team. And, and then as a team, we were off on the side. It wasn't quite our time yet. And about 5 of the boys just started playing catch together.
Oh,
it was so cute.
Wow. Starting young. I love it. Just sprinkling that kindness everywhere.
I know, and just making sure everybody felt included.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, we're doing something right here.
No, seriously, that's one of those parenting wins.
Yeah. So I had a personal win, a parenting win, and a family win.
I love it. That's so fun.
Lots of wins this week. Do you have a song for this week?
I do. I wanted to find one that was on theme with the kindness, but I was putting too much pressure on myself, and that wasn't being kind to myself.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
You don't have to be anxious about our songs.
Right? I know. So one of the songs that I think I recently added to our playlist that I like is called Happy Now. And I truly don't know how to pronounce her name. Ellie Duhay and Zed. And I like that it's called Happy Now. Like that was ultimately why I picked it for this kindness episode. But she has such a sweet voice together. It just is a really nice sound. And the chorus says, "You're a world away, somewhere in the crowd, in a foreign place. Are you happy now? There's nothing left to say, so I shut my mouth. And won't you tell me, babe, are you happy now?" Just really sweet. Um, I don't know. It kind of got me thinking with the kindness thing. Like at the end of the day, when you strip everything away, you were talking about this with the story you told about the Angela's Christmas movies where
Mm.
the pauper wished for happiness, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I was thinking. Like when you strip everything away, being happy is really the most important thing. And kindness is how we bring that around.
Yeah. I love
So
it.
thank you.
Good one.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for joining us today.
We'd love to get to know you better. Join our Facebook community where we can offer support, encouragement, and you can have a say in what we talk about next.
Or you can sign up for our newsletter at youhandledthatperfectly.com. And in case no one's told you today,
You handled that perfectly.
bye.
Bye.